Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya wal Mursalin. Wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yawmiddin. Alhamdulillah. Welcome to the course of searching for words in the Hans Wehr dictionary. This dictionary is used by many, you could say, learners of the Arabic language, and that ranges from scholars, students, those people who are taking the first steps of learning Arabic. They might find it initially challenging, but these, what you see in front of you, okay, is different versions of the Hans Wehr dictionary. And you've probably come across one of these versions or some of these versions. The one I came across when we used to study was probably the green one and this burgundy one as well. Okay. The others, you might have come across those as well. Okay. So the idea of this course is not to formally teach you something. It's just sharing my um, some of the tips I came across when using the dictionary is sharing ideas basically, inshallah. That's the main aspect of this course, but hopefully, inshallah, you will enjoy it. It will be interactive, and just to let everyone know, the video, I'll have my video off, and obviously you will have your video off as well. My audio will be on. You can use inshallah, the meeting chat to put any questions, any responses, because it will be interactive. There will be words probably you will need to check up as well. So we'll check up words together, etc. And those who don't have the dictionary as an app, I'm just going to put on the inside the chat, inshallah. If you download this dictionary, so when we do the, okay, I've got my Arabic keyboard on. Arabic Almanac. Arabic Almanac. If you, I think that's the right spelling, okay? If you download this from Play Store, or you can use a physical copy if you want, okay? If you've got a copy at hand, you can use that, or you can download this from Play Store. And when we do the interactive part, inshallah, you can contribute and you can use this dictionary. And how it works is you just put the root letters. It's very quick to use Arabic Almanac because you type in the root letters and then the words come up. Okay, so without taking much time, more time, okay, we'll continue. We'll get on with it, inshallah, straight away. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Words in Arabic are made up of letters. Okay, so you have any word in Arabic, take for example, masjid, okay, kitab. A word in Arabic is made up of letters. And when we say letters, we mean huruf. Okay, we don't mean the grammatical aspect of harf, particle, noun, verb. Here we're strictly talking about letters that group together to make a word. So for example, masjid, you got meme, you got seen, you got jim, and you got dal. Now, when we look at words in Arabic that are made up of letters, these letters can be of two types. One is huruf asliyatun, base letters, or you can call these radical letters. This is the backbone of the word. So these are the letters which eventually we will need to know before we actually start searching for the words in the Hans Wehr dictionary. The base and root letters. And we have also letters that are known as hurufun za'idatun, extra letters. So they're not really shape up the actual, they're not the backbone and the skeleton form of a word. So the example I gave you, masjid, yes, seemingly it seems like meme, seen, jim, dal. Check up in the dictionary, we'll check on the meme. No, that's not how it works. The backbone of that word and the skeleton form is seen, jim, and dal, which we'll come to know inshallah later on. But at this point, we just need to understand that a word is made up of letters, huruf. And these letters are of two types, types. Hurufun asliyatun, base letters. These form this. These you could say form the skeleton and the backbone of the word. And hurufun za'idatun. These are extra letters. They're not really the essential part of the essential letters of the word. Okay. So just keep this point in mind as we're going forward. Now we'll give an example in English. We have doer. Okay. Just pay attention to those letters in red. So we've got now done. Okay, the job was done. Okay, so we've got done, past tense. Then we have, okay, does. She does her homework. He does her homework. So we got does. So we got do and we've got es. Then we say doing. She is doing shopping. Doing. Okay, so we've got do again. All this stems out from the word do. So the base letters in all of this in English, how we see it, we've got done, doer, does, doing. All this actually, the skeleton form is do, to do or do. But when we see in various forms, whether it's past tense or active participle, ismul fa'il, etc., we will see that we're adding extra letters on. So past tense is ne, uh, imperfect tense is ing, doing, does, like as a routine, es, and doer, er. So we can see that those letters that are in green, these letters are considered to be extra. However, the do, these letters, we find them in all forms. And this is what we call base letters. I've given an example in English for the purpose of ease, inshallah. Now moving on, let's look at a simple example. We have the word miftahun. Miftahun. Okay. Anybody know what are the root letters of this word? Okay. Miftahun. Anybody? Okay. You can use the chat, inshallah. We've got fa, ta, and ha. Anybody else? Anybody share a different answer? Anybody think it's something else? Fa, ta, and ha. Okay. So we have two responses. Okay. So fa, ta, and ha. Nobody saying meme, fa, ta, or meme, fa, ha. Or nobody saying meme, fa, ta, ha. Okay. Somebody said meme, ta, and ha. Okay. No need to worry, inshallah. At the end of this course, hopefully you will get a better understanding and you'll be able to identify root letters better. Okay. Now, miftahun, the root letters, okay, are fa, ta, and ha. These are the base letters, radical letters, and the extra letters in this word is actually meme and alif. Now, how do we come to know of that? That's the question. Okay. If we put miftahun on the pattern of mif'alun, mif'alun, miftahun under the pattern of mif'alun, we will see that the letters fa, ta, and ha, they actually fall under fa, ain, and lam, the root letters. That's how we come to know that fa, ta, and ha are the root letters. So when we search for this word in the dictionary, inshallah, where we will have a lot of practice of, inshallah, coming in the coming slides, we will search for the letters fa, ta, and ha in section fa. So when we open the Hans Wehr dictionary, or whether we're typing in Arabic Almanac, we won't type in meme, fa, ta. Nothing will come up. Something might come up, but it won't be the word that we're looking for. In order to find the word we are searching for, we will have to search in this order of fa, ta, and ha. Okay, let me just put the laser, it might just help. Okay, so we will search in this order, fa, then ta, and then ha in section fa. We don't need to take into consideration mim and alif because these are the extra letters. Okay, let's look at more examples and it'll open up our understanding. Okay, so we've got the root letters, fa, ta, and ha. What words can actually consist of these root letters? We got the word maftuhun, okay, opened. Okay, we translate it as open, that's fine as well. Al-babu maftuhun, the door is open. We don't say opened, but literally fataha is to open something, and maftuhun means something which is opened. Okay, so you could bear with my translation, it's really terrible, so you can some places you can probably understand in a better way. Okay, so maftuhun, we've got open, opened. So here we can see maftuhun, if we put it under the pattern of maf'ulun, maf'ulun, we will see that the meme and the waw are extra letters. That's why I have put them in green. And the fa, ta, and ha, these are the base letters. Further on, fatihun, conqueror, someone who conquers. Okay, this is active participle ismul fa'il. So fatihun, we can see that the alif is the extra letter here, the alif. Same thing, the fa, ta, and ha, we can see this is the base letters of the word fatihun. Look at the word fatahun. Obviously, it's used as to describe the qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَهُوَ الْفَتَّاحُ الْعَلِيمُ. So someone who grants, victory. Okay? The opener. Okay? He opens up things. He grants victory. Okay? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant victory to the people of Palestine and the wider regions. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. So fattahun. So we can see here the alif is the extra letter. The base letters still seem to appear. Fattahun. We have the word futuhat, which means victories. Okay, so here as well we can see fa, ta, and ha repeated, and the base letters are still to be found, and waw, alif, and ta are the extra letters. Futuhat, victories. Okay, then we have futhatun, which is an opening. Okay, so same thing as well. Here we can see that the round ta, ta'un marbutatun, this is an extra letter. Ta'un marbutatun, by the way, to set the record straight, it is never one of the root letters. So that you can take as, a common rule, okay? So even words which are jam'un muannathun salimun, those who are more aware of their grammar, words that end with alif and ta'un mabsuta, the flat ta, both of these won't be considered to be base letters. So muslimatun, Muslim women, or mu'minatun, believing women. Okay, so the alif and ta at the end in jam'un muannathun salimun words, they won't be considered to be root letters. Even ta'un marbutatun won't be considered to be the root letter. So we're just giving examples to explain that base letters are to be found in various forms of a word. So we have here another word, fattahatun, a can opener. In in Arabic, if you want to say can opener, fattahatun. So we can see here the base letters are still to be found, fa, ta, and ha. Alif, we can see a little pattern forming here of alif being a common extra letter, fattahun, alif being an extra letter. So keep in mind these because we will come across what are the common extra letters to be found in words. We'll come across those inshallah. But here we can see some words actually coming into the forefront. So we got waw here, we got meme. So when you say the word masjid, okay, maf'ilun, the meme is an extra letter. Alif is generally extra letter like fattahun, fatihun, futuhatun, the waw again. The ta'un marbuta, fattahatun, the alif and ta'un marbuta. So keep an eye on these extra letters. Now we have iftitahun, which means beginning. Okay, so somebody's doing the iftitah of a kitab, beginning, commencing a book, start of a book. Iftitah. So we can see ifti'al. If we put this under the pattern of ifti'al, okay, ifti'al. Okay, a bit of a mistake there, isn't there? Okay, the ta should be in green, the first ta, and the second ta should be in red. Okay, so that's a bit of a typo error. So just remember that the fa and the second ta we're talking about is the base letter and obviously the ha. So iftitahun, ifti'alun, the second ta will be the original letter. So just keep that in mind. So why did we mention this? Okay, further examples to show that when we have base letters, okay, in a word, they will repeat. And anything in terms of the word changing, like maf'ul means opened, fattahun means opener, fatihun conqueror, etc. We can see that certain words, certain letters, sorry, are added on. Okay. Now, by base and extra letters in nouns. Now, taken into consideration, when we have nouns and verbs, what's the limit you can go to in terms of having base letters? That varies compared to nouns and verbs. In nouns, okay, al-huruf al-asliyah was-za'idatu fil ism. Base letters and extra letters in nouns. So we'll start off with the minimum. The minimum letters you can have as base letters in a noun are three. So we have the word zamanun, zamanun. All three letters are considered to be base letters. So when we're searching for this word in the dictionary, we will look in section za and then followed by meme and then nun. And then we'll come across this word and it means period of time. You got zaman, nun. Now you can also have three root letters in a word, okay, with some extra letters as well, like the word kitabun. Now the root letters in kitabun is kaf, ta, and ba. Now we got three base letters plus extra letters. In this case, it's just one. Okay, so kitabun. The alif is the extra letter. We can even have four base letters. So four root letters in a word. So you got the word dirhamun. Now dirhamun, in this word, dal, or ra, ha, and mim, all of these letters are considered to be the radical and base letters. So when searching for this word in the dictionary, we need to search under dal, or ra, ha, and mim. We're not going to skip any order because why? All of them are base letters. Then we can have four base letters with an extra letter. The qindilun means lamp. Okay? Qindilun. Now in this word, the qaf, noon, dal, and lam are the base letters, and the ya is the extra letter. Qindilun. So notice here, ya can also be an extra letter. Okay, so qindilun. So we got four extra letters. If we were to search for this word, we'll search under qaf, noon, dal, and lam. Okay, because all four letters are considered to be the base letters in section qaf. Then we have this word here. Okay, we can even have five base letters in nouns. Remember, we're covering nouns here, not verbs. Okay, so safar jalun, which is a yellowish fruit. Okay, it's used for preservatives, I think, something like that. Okay, so safar jalun. So in this word, sin, fa, ra, jim, lam. Okay, all these letters are considered to be base letters. Okay, and we can have obviously five base letters along with the extra letter. For example, the word adrafutun. It's a small creature, white small creature. Ad-duwaybatul bayda. That's the word they use, like a small white creature. Okay, I've never seen it. You can probably Google this word and see an image of it. Adrafutun. Okay, so In this word, the ain, the dad, the ra, the fa, and the ta all are base letters. So we got 5 base letters, but we got one extra letter, which is waw. So if you were to search for this word, we are looking under section ain, followed by dad, ra, fa, and ta. By the time you get to probably ain, dad, and ra, you'll be exposed to this word anyway, because there might not be many words under that section. Ain, dad, ra, and then you probably will get the word there anyway. Okay, we will have more examples coming up. We'll actually have images of the Hans Wehr dictionary, the words in the Hans Wehr dictionary. This is just forming, developing an understanding in yourself that words are made up of letters, and letters can be the actual root letters, and it could be extra letters. In nouns, the minimum is 3. It can go up to 4, and then each one can have extra letters as well. Next, we have base letters in verbs. Okay. Once we've covered the base letters, we'll move straight on to searching for words, inshallah. It'll be more interactive, but we need this understanding because sometimes we may think that I'm just looking for 3 letters, but you might need to look for the 4th letter. Okay. So al-huruf al-asliya wa za'idatu fil fi'l. What is the minimum root letters a verb can have? Is 3. Like kharaja, he left. Okay, so 3 base letters, kha, ra, and jim. You can also have 3 base letters with extra letters like the word istayqaza, istayqaza, istayqaza. He woke up. Now, in this word here, istayqaza, it actually falls under the pattern of istaf'ala, istaf'ala. And in bab istif'al, the last 3 letters are always the root letters. So, for example, when you say istansara, the noon, sad, and ra, which appear at the end, they are the root letters. So any word you have from the istaf'ala pattern, istaf'ala, istansara, istamata, mim, waw, and ta, because it was istamwata, etc. Anything from bab istifal, the last 3 letters will be the root letters. So in this case, istayqaza, the ya, qaf, and dha are the root letters. So you want to find this word in the dictionary, you will have to check under ya, qaf, and dha, but you will, because it's a verb, you will have to search under Roman numerals, okay, which inshallah you'll become familiar with later on. And by the way, I forgot to mention at the beginning, okay, that on your dashboard, in the when you sign into your dashboard, you will have some resource there as well, and check that resource under there. Whatever information that I have gathered together on this PowerPoint and additional information, I'm sharing that with you on your dashboard. Feel free to download it. It will have the Roman numerals, what they suggest, okay, abbreviations in the Hans Wehr, all in one place at a glance, okay, verb patterns. Even if you want to know Arabic numbers 1 to 100, how do you say the masculine form? How do you say the feminine form? How do you say numbers, ordinal numbers? So when you're talking about numbers in terms of first, second, third, how do you say that? Feminine, masculine, all that is in your dashboard. You'll be able to download that from your resource. It'll probably help you somewhere down the line in your journey of the Arabic language. Okay, so istayqaza, we got ya, qaf, and dha. Alif, sin, and ta are the extra letters. Then we can have 4 base letters. So zalzala, he shook, he quaked. Okay, it's muta'addi. That's why إذا زلزلت الأرض, when the earth will be shaken. Okay, زلزلت الأرض, that's the majhul form in the Quran there. Okay, زلزلت الأرض is the past tense form of zalzala. Okay, yuzal zilu. Okay, and in the Quran you'll see this feature as well. Actually, aspects in relation to Yawm al-Qiyamah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings the past tense form. One of the reasons is because it's inevitable to happen. It's like as if it's already happened. وَنُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ, and when it will be blown into the trumpet. but it's yet to be blown into. But Allah uses the past tense form. Why? Because it's certain that it's going to happen. So it's like as if it's already happened. So zulzilatil ard, when the earth will be quaked or shook. Okay? And even in the, when you cover balagha, you actually understand there's a little point mentioned there that al-fi'lu mabniyun lil majhul للدلالة على سهولة الفعل, that the passive form is mentioned there to denote the ease of executing the action. So imagine shaking the whole earth. We can't even think about it, you know, but the earth will be, shook. But it don't mention who's going to shake it. It's so easy for Allah that He did not need to mention Himself that He's going to shake the what earth. It's a bit like somebody comes up to you and says, can you help me do this task? And you say, oh, the job's done. But you don't say, I will do it. Why you say job's done? Because it's so easy for you to do it. So you don't need to bring the subject into play. So zulzilatil ard, the earth will be shook. So zalzala, this is 4 base letters, okay? And you can have 4 base letters along with extra letters. So the dahraja, the fa'lala. Okay, so when you put it under that pattern, the fa'lala, the dahraja, the ta will be considered to be the extra letter. Dal, ha, ra, and jim, okay, will be all root letters. Okay, so we've developed an understanding now so far, okay, in terms of nouns can be 3 root letters, 4, max 5, and each one can contain extra letters. When it comes to verbs, we are dealing with 3 base letters along with probably extra letters, or max is 4 base letters along with extra letters. Okay, just confirm you can just mention in the chat if you've understood so far up to here, because I need to get used to knowing who the if the audience are understanding, or probably I'm going a bit too fast. Okay, so because once you start talking, there's no button you have, where you can watch it back afterwards. Okay, inshallah. Because sometimes when you're teaching, you can go too fast, and it can be a bit overwhelming. Okay, that's fine. Alhamdulillah. Okay, that's fine. So, okay, mashallah. Okay, that's good. Okay, Allah bless you all. Okay, now this is the part we need to understand. This is like a little trick, you could say, or tip in identifying the extra letters. So if you can work out what's the extra letters, you can eliminate those letters and be left with the root letters, if that makes sense. Okay. So al-huruf az-za'ida. So we've done the root letters. We don't know, okay, exactly how to identify. Okay, I could not find the Arabic almanac. Okay, if you're on Samsung, those you should be able to type it in Play Store, and it should come up. If not, then just through the Telegram support group, inshallah, we'll continue that. I'll try to help you through that. Okay. Al-huruf az-za'ida. If we can eliminate the extra letters, it will reduce the letters down to the root letters, and finding the root letters will become easy. Okay, so the first letter that commonly can appear as an extra letter is seen. Okay, not commonly, this is not in the actual order, but because it's going to end up becoming a phrase, I've gone in this order. So it's not according to commonality, it's just because the phrase, which this whole section will become a phrase. You'll see soon. Okay, so seen can come as an extra letter. So look at the word istansara. Okay, I know the alif is extra letter, the ta is also an extra letter, but we're just mentioning one by one. Okay, so seen can appear as an extra letter. Let me give you another example. Yastakthiru. Yastakthiru. When you say the word yastakthiru, okay, the sin in there, because it's from bab istif'al, it will be an extra letter. What else can appear as an extra letter? The hamza. Like you got aswadu, af'alu. So the hamza, we eliminate that. We are left with sin, wawan, dal. So far we got sa, sin, and hamza. Lam can also appear as an extra letter. This is when it's a prefix. Okay. To here we can see lanan suranna. Definitely we will help. So this is actually not part of the verb, but it's a prefix. So it can come when you want to eliminate the extra letters. Sometimes it's a prefix, sometimes it's a suffix. Okay, something you add before or after. It can end up being an extra. Well, it ends up being an extra letter, so you don't count it as the root letter. So here the lam. Okay, the ta can appear as an extra letter. So I did mention before muslimatun, abidatun, mu'minatun, salihatun, jam'un muannathun salimun words. The alif and the ta will be an extra letter. So here bab ifti'al, ifta'ala, ijtanaba, the ta is an extra letter. I know there is alif also as an extra letter, but we're just focusing on one letter at a time. Okay, the meme can also appear as an extra letter. So you got the word maw'idun. Now, if somebody was to search for this word in the dictionary, you don't need to jump into conclusion and think it's meme, waw, and ain. You're going to get stuck. Masjidun, maf'ilun, put it under that pattern. The meme, we see that it's an extra letter. Okay, what else can appear as an extra letter? The waw. For example, ghafurun. Okay, the all forgiving, the oft forgiving. So here, fa'ulun ghafurun. The waw is an extra letter. Noon can also appear as an extra letter. Hayawanun. Okay, so we can see that the noon here is an extra letter. If you search for this word, we will actually be searching for ha and ya, because the root letters in hayawanun is ha, ya, and ya. Okay, but we'll have a bit more practice, inshallah, probably at the end of this lesson, or if not, definitely, inshallah, next session next week. So here, the noon is the extra letter, and alif and noon generally is extra letters when you have words on the pattern of fa'lan, atshan. So someone who is thirsty, atshan. So we can see that ain, ta, sheen is the root letters, are the root letters, and alif and noon are the extra letters. Okay, Jaw'an, Shab'an, someone satiated, someone who's full. Okay, Jaw'an, someone who's hungry. Jim, Waw, and Ain. Okay, Shab'an, Sheen, Ba, and Ain. Alif and Noon are the extra letters. The Ya can also generally appear as an extra letter, like Yaminun. Okay, the right. Okay, the right hand. So Yaminun. The root letters here will be Ya, Mim, and Noon. You won't check for this word in the dictionary under Ya, Mim, and Ya. No, because the middle ya is an extra letter. Ha can also, for example, okay, hal qama. Okay, in this word here, hal qama, the ha is an extra letter. And then you got alif, which is the example is kiramun. Okay, kiramun. So you probably, can anybody make sense of this phrase here? Anybody? If you was to piece all this together, all these letters, okay, you can put it in the chat. What does this actually spell out to be? Okay, okay, so we have, before I reveal it, you can actually put it down. It becomes a sentence in Arabic, basically. Okay, this actually, anybody want to give a guess? Well, it's all on the screen anyway. There's not really much to guess, but you just got to put all those letters together and put it as a phrase. Can anybody do that in the chat? Or is that a bit too much of a task? Okay. You asked me, I'm asking everyone, okay? So I'm not pinpointing anybody. Okay, you probably might not have the Arabic keyboard. Okay, it's understandable. I'll put it on there. Okay, it's actually Sa'altumuniha. And by the way, do download the Arabic keyboard because on your devices, that way, inshallah, when we do have the interactive part, you can actually say, there's the dictionary not coming on. Okay, there. Okay, I'm just going to put that in the chat, inshallah. Sa'altumuniha. Okay, can everybody see that? Sa'altumuniha. You asked me that. That's what it becomes. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Remember the phrase. What's the phrase? Sa'altumuniha. If you remember this phrase, you asked me. Sa'altum, meaning you asked me, plural masculine, but you add the waw. This waw is harfu ishba'in. Okay, it just basically comes to fill in the word because otherwise you'll be saying sa'altumuniha. So this waw is harfu ishba'. Check, you might be able to find this under anulzimukumuha wa antum laha karihun, like in the Quran. So sa'altumuniha. You asked me. The noon is noon al-wiqaya. The ya is maf'ul bihi awwal and ha is maf'ul bihi thani. So you asked me that. These letters generally appear to be the extra letters. Now this is the part now it's going to get a bit interactive. Okay, so inshallah, I need a bit of your contribution. Otherwise, I'll be speaking to the screen. Okay, so before, if you don't have uh, the app, you can get the dictionary now if you want. Okay, so we have our first word, mil'aqatun. How would you search? What are the root letters for mil'aqatun? What are the root letters for mil'aqatun? Ain, lam, and qaf. Okay, no. Okay, ain, qaf, and ta. This is good, mashallah. At least, you know, you're trying, but we're going to get to the bottom of this word, okay? Remember, oops, I exposed something there in terms of the root letters. No, okay. I think the animation is really not working according to plan, but let's just see, okay? So we've got so far ain, qaf, and ta. We got lam, ain, and qaf. That's a good shout. Lam, ain, and qaf. If you put this under mif'alatun, mif'alatun, the extra ta can definitely we can rule that one out. That's for definite because the ta is marbutatun, and ta marbutatun is never an extra letter. So the root letters are lam, ain, and qaf. Lam, ain, and qaf. Okay, because why? We put it under the pattern of mif'alatun, and the extra letter is mim and ta. Mim and ta. And this is how you would see it in the Hans Wehr dictionary. Okay, so if you look at here, at the top you got lam, ain, and ba. Now someone may think, I thought we're checking under lam, ain, and qaf. Where's lam, ain, and qaf when we have lam, ain, and ba? The reason being is because from lam, ain, and ba to even lam, ain, and qaf, there's very less letters. So what you do is you check under lam, ain, and then you go. You might come across ba, ta, whatever, etc., whichever letter, but you keep looking down, 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 down here, and you will see mil'aqatun. The plural is mala'iqu. Mala'iqu. Okay, now this number 2 here, anybody know what this number 2 is here? We're going to come across these abbreviations, but I want to make you aware of these abbreviations as we're going along. Okay. So mif'alatun mil'aqatun. So when we pair that up with mif'alatun lam ain and qaf, and it means spoon. Okay. Anybody know what this PL means? The PL. Plural, very good. Okay, it's simple things, but it's just good to highlight. Okay, now we have this word mala'iqu. Okay, remember, it don't give you the last vowel. It just stops on the last letter. But that will depend on how the word is used. If it renders a fatha or dhamma kasra, that'll be based on whatever's governing the word before it. So in the Hans Wehr, you'll only get up to the last letter. It won't actually say mala'iqu. It'll just stop on mala'iq. There's a number 2 here. Anybody understand what this number 2 means? This little 2 here. I'll just move the cursor away. Okay, it's just a little 2 there. It's probably a bit of the the pixels aren't clear, but it's a number 2. Note. No, 2 don't mean note. No. Anybody? When you check in Hans Wehr under nouns, some nouns you will get a number 2 next to it. Okay. Not all the time, but sometimes you will look. If you look at this one, la'ijun, the plural is lawa'iju, and it's got a number 2. Okay, it's got a number 2, but not every time you will. Okay, it's typical, isn't it? When you want to look for one where there isn't, you can't find one. Oh, there we have one. La'natun, plural is la'anatun and li'anun, and it means curse. So la'natun means curse. The plural is, there's 2, la'anatun and li'anun. Now, if you look at this plural here, li'anun or la'anatun, there's no 2 there. So when you see under next to certain plurals, you see a 2 and sometimes you don't. So this is actually a good page. Okay, so we've got mal'ubun at the top here, and the plural is mala'ib. It spells it out for transliteration is there, and it says number 2 next to it. La'un. Plural is la'ali'u. Okay, number 2 next to it. La'ijun, plural lawa'iju, number 2 next to it. Mil'aqatun, plural mala'iqu, number 2. Okay, not sure? Okay, give up. You can say give up as well. It's fine, that's mentioned. It actually denotes a word being غير منصرف. غير منصرف. Okay, those who know a bit of grammar, غير منصرف is a word that don't have tanween. So for example, we have the word masajidu. If I say these are masjids, I say هذه masajidu. I won't say masajidun. So certain words in Arabic, they're not, they don't have a tanween. Okay, that's because certain aspects of grammar have taken place that disallow that word having a what? Tanween. Okay, everyone have you got some kind of understanding what ghair munsarif is, or you're not sure? You probably come across it in some grammar books, like Umar, Umaru. You don't say Umar in the state of jar. You have fatha bila tanween. Does it ring a bell? Marartu bi Umara. Okay, so number 2 in the Hans Wehr dictionary, this small 2 actually denotes ghair munsarif. Okay, let's move on to our next word. We got maqabir. Maqabir. What are the root letters in this word maqabir? We want to search for this word. Okay, maqabir. What are the root letters in maqabir? Qaf, ba, and ra. That's a good shout, that is. Anybody else thinks otherwise? Maqabir, qaf, ba, and ra. Okay, qaf, ba, and ra are the root letters. Okay, what are the extra letters? Mim and alif. Why? Because when we pair maqabir to mafa'il, we put it under the skeleton form, mafa'ilu, we come to know that meme and alif are the extra letters. So remember the phrase سألتمونيها. Meme is one of those letters. Alif has come up as well. Okay, سألتمونيها. Okay, so we're checking for this word. We're going to be checking under the section Qaf, Ba, and Ra. So when you search for this in the Hans Wehr dictionary, at the top you'll have obviously your root letters. That's another thing I forgot to point out. Qaf, Ba, and Dad. Obviously, this is continuation from the previous page. So somewhere down there, it might have like Qaf, Ba, Ra, etc. But it carries on. Okay. And then obviously I've just taken a screenshot and inserted this image in. So we have the word here, maqburatun, and you can also say maqbaratun. So the Hans Wehr dictionary actually transliterates the words. It gives you different options of pronunciation, different variations. And then notice here it says plural maqabir, and it's got the number 2. And if you notice here, I didn't say maqabirun because غير منصرف words don't have tanween. Maqabiru, Ahmadu, Atshanu. Okay. Is that clear before we move on to the next one? Everyone okay with that one? Yes? Alhamdulillah. Okay. So even if you look down here, okay, you've got this word here, qubdatun, plural, qabadatun. Okay, seizure, grip. Qabdatun, sorry. Seems like it looks like you, but it should be a. Okay, qabdatun, plural, qabadatun, seizure, grip, hold. Okay, so there's no 2 next to that because why? It is not غير منصرف. You know this word here, qabadatun. What do you think this A and T denote? It says qabdatun, qabadat, D-A-T, plural, yeah, the at sound. Okay, we have the next word, ibad. What are the root letters in ibad? Anybody? Ibad? Ain, ba, dal. This one's a bit easy because we see the alif there. From sa'altumuniha, okay, the alif is considers generally an extra letter. So ain, ba, and dal are the root letters. Even if, say, for the example, the word ma'bad, place of worship, ibadah, ibadatun, ubaid. So the alif is the extra letter. Okay, so an example of this, finding this word now. Now, because ibad is plural, notice we're not going to find the plural word straight away. Like we had in maqburatun and maqbaratun, we did not find the plural maqabir instantly at the beginning. Okay, we found it inside after the singular form. So ibad is here. Okay, we see here abdun, abidun, ubdanun, and ibdan. Okay, that's the wrong word we're looking at, isn't it? Okay, yes, here it's actually there, plural ibad. Okay, for a second I thought, are we looking? Okay, so that had to just be highlighted a bit more down. Okay, so plural ibad. Okay, so the ibad, they're hiding there. Wa ibadur rahman. Okay, so abd, plural is abid, ubdan, ibdan, and also ibad. The root letters were ain, ba, and dal. Okay, next one, we got the word shaheed. What do you think are the root letters in this word shaheed? Shaheed. We'll have a bit more practices. There's more things to come up as well. Roman numerals, inshallah, as well. Sheen, ha, dal. So remember, there's no fixed rule. There's not like these are all tips and ideas we are sharing. Okay? And it's something you'll pick up very quick. So no need to worry. You'll see, look, you're seeing for yourself. Shahidun. So you're able to identify the root letters. Sheen, ha, and dal. Remember, we said the word, it wasn't karimun, there was yaminun. Yaminun. So the ya was the extra letter. So sheen, ha, dal. you to search for this word in the Hans Wehr dictionary, you will search under Sheen Ha Dal section Sheen, the sections Sheen, followed by the Hal and Dal. So we got this word here. Notice here, I'm just going to expose you to the verbs here at the top here. It says Shahida A. We're going to come across that later on. But notice here the verbs come first. Then you have a little bit of an indent here. Okay, so it's not directly in line. Look at the word shahdun and shahdatun and shahidun. They're not in line with the word here, sheen, ha, and dal. That's because the verbs appear first. So shahida yashhadu shuhudan, to witness something. And then you have a bit of an indent here, and then the nouns start. Okay, so that's one way to know if you are in the verb section or if you're in the noun section. Another way to tell if you are in the verb section when you're in the dictionary is you'll see no Roman numerals. So you got number 3 here. Okay, you got number 4 here. You got number 5 here, and that's number 10. X is 10 in Roman numerals. Okay, so keep these things in mind. Notice here as well, mashhadun, plural is mashahidu. It's got the little 2, and it means assembly. Okay, so that denotes the word being غير munsarif. Next one, we have the word qirtasun. What do you think the root letters are in this one? Qirtasun. Qirtasun. Okay, qirtasun. Okay, we're going for qaf, ra, and ta. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, qaf, ra, ta, and seen. Good shout there. Qaf, ra, ta, and seen. Remember, we said nouns can have up to 5. So qaf, ra, and ta, and seen. Okay, so we're going for qaf, ra, ta, and seen. Okay, yes. Al-huruf al-asliya here in this word are 4. Qaf, ra, ta, and seen. What do you think is the extra letter then? What we're left with as the extra letter? Alif. Okay, so alif is harfun zaidun, the extra letter. So how would this appear in the Hans Wehr dictionary? So when you search it, when you are searching, okay, you'll see this. Qaf, ra, ta. Okay, so here at the top here on the previous page, you'll probably come across qaf, ra, and ta. This is carrying on with ain. Okay, so if you follow it down, okay, so there's no verbs under this pattern. So you haven't got like Roman numerals, etc. So qirtasun, the plural is qaratisu, and it means paper. Okay, this comes in the Quran as well. In the Quran it comes. So qirtasun, plural qaratis. So it's got the number 2 next to it. So that's why we are not going to say the plural with a tanween. Qaratisun. We're going to say qaratisu, papers. Okay, let's do another one. Ulama'u. Ulama'u. What are the root letters in this word? Ulama'u. Ulama'u. We're going for meme, lam, ain, lam, meme. I think that's supposed to be ain. Muhammad has put meme, lam, meme, but I think I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay. It's ain, lam, meme. Yes. Okay. What are the extra letters in this word? Remember, okay, Hamza can come as an extra letter. Alif generally. If look at, remember the word ilm. Sometimes you just have to match it up with another word. Ilm, ulama'u. So ain, lam, and meme. So if you're searching for this word in the dictionary, you will search under the section ain, lam, and meme. Okay, so if we search under ain, lam, meme, before this there's actually verbs, because you got alima ya'lamu, allama yu'allimu, a'lama yu'limu, ta'allama yata'allamu, etc. So that's on the page before this. But if you carry on, you will see alimun here, knowing, familiar, acquainted, Ba with means with. That means, it's connected with the word ba when you want to know when you're familiar with something. Okay? And the plural here is ulama'u. Okay, so you got the two again. This two keeps repeating because most of the words I probably put up are plural. Okay, but remember, little slip. Okay, you can end up going to the wrong word. So alamun with a fatha plural. If you look here, is alamuna and awalimu. That's ghair munsarif as well. It means world, universe. Okay, but we're looking for the word alimun, and the plural we're finding it. Remember, we did not find ulama straight away. We have to go through the singular form and then eventually come to the plural form, which is ulama, and we will find it here, and it means scholar. Okay, let's do one more, and inshallah we'll continue from here next week, inshallah. Okay, yaqdiru, yaqdiru. We're searching for this word. Okay, what are we? Yes, ulama is mamnu'un min as-sarf. Yes. Okay, because it's got alif and it's got alif mamduda at the end. Okay, the root letters are qaf, dal, and ra. That will rule out the ya being original letter. When you have an imperfect tense verb, like a yaf'alu pattern, yaf'alu, yaf'alani, yaqdiru, yajlisu, yajlisuna, etc., tajlisu, the first letter in the fi'l mudari will always be extra letter. Now, if you look at this, I'm just going to make you aware of this is a verb, by the way. Now we got qadara, you and I. You and I, we're going to come to this inshallah next lesson. You means that the second to last letter in the imperfect tense verb, which is the dal here. You can read it with a dhamma. You means the second to last letter in the mudari will be read with a dhamma, and I means kasra. So you could say qadara yaqduru, and you can also say qadara yaqdiru. So you and I will explain this in more detail next lesson, but I'm just making you aware of it here. You means that the second to last letter in the fi'l mudari will have a dhamma. So dakhala you will mean dakhala yadkhulu. And I means in this verb you got two possibilities. Okay? You can say qadara yaqduru and you can say qadara yaqdiru, and it means to decree, ordain, decide. There's other implications of this verb as well. Okay? Qadara yaqdiru qudratan. Okay? So that one way is meaning to have the ability, then it's only one option, which is qadara yaqdiru qudratan. Then you got other masters as well here. Maqduratun and maqdaratun and maqdiratun. And it can also come from qadira yaqdaru. So the A here, qadira, that's past tense verb. The future tense verb you can even say with the A, and that means the second to last letter of the mudari can have a fatha. So you could even say qadira yaqdaru. Okay? And when it's in the meaning of to possess strength, then it's two possibilities, qadara yaqdiru and qadira yaqdaru. And to decree, qadara yaqduru and qadara yaqdiru. Okay? A bit of a mouthful there, but not a bad way to finish today's lesson. Okay, so inshallah next week we will be covering a bit more of searching for words. Then we'll move on to Roman numerals, and there's a lot more to come, inshallah. It's estimated probably 3 to 4 weeks the course will go on for. And inshallah, those who might not be able to make it for any of the sessions, don't worry about it. All the recordings will be available on your dashboard. And if you haven't done so, please join the Telegram support group, because on there I update give updates on the Telegram support group. It's easier to update in one place than individually emailing people. So if you join the Telegram support group, you'll be updated. Sometimes, if somebody's having difficulty to get the link or anything like that, it's rarely the case, but I can just put it on there. Okay, it's on my desktop. I just put it straight on there, the Zoom link. If somebody's having difficulty with whichever way, if anything I need to share, you need to ask questions. The Telegram support group is for yourselves, not me. It's for yourselves. You find anything hard or you're not understanding anything, just put it on there. Don't think it's something, it might be a trivial question. No, put it on there because, I'm learning from you. Do you understand? So please put your question in there. If it's grammar related, if it's in relation to nah, sarf, etc., by all means put it on there. But if you want a fatwa, anything like that, please don't put it on there. Okay, but just use that Telegram support group. Is an effective tool and it'll help you as well. Okay, because my hope for you is not limited to the course, it's beyond the course as well. Okay, so for now, inshallah, we'll continue from here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.